is our first day of Ramadan here in Belize, meaning that the Ramadan begins with the sunrise. And certainly it's been sunrise in different parts of the world, which means that in some places Ramadan is already half over for the first day. But we're just beginning here on the 19th of February, and we say Ramadan Mubarak to those who are fasting. Welcome, caller.
Good morning, Brother Nuri.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yes, when I see on television of the design of bus terminals for 2030, it sent me back to when the once Belize City Council Ponyard, was transferred to what it is today. My friend, man, there was enough space to afford or facilitate, my friend, the various business required and service for those who travel, Brother Nuri. Man, it is my analysis, please, right? My analysis that yes, with modern buses, my friend, riding quality will be real. We'll call it relaxed traveling, of course. But I no foresee one shift on legal use of roads. That the same space, volume they grow, with all sort of movements and they sing it on foot and wheels. But who the hell is tourists? Or then take my ideas and I say kudos to tourists, man. But it brings me, and I want to tell you the truth. When I say police checkpoints, it brings me pleasure. Right, to note that national police, all right, conducting road checks. I like it. I feel safe. But to me, it's not ethical or right, all right, or fair to perform or carry out law in times of most moving. That's when everybody, they rush, they want, they ride, they try to reach their work, or they try to reach for dinner 12 o'clock, or at the evening, or they come from school. Then you want those traffic points, checkpoints. Man, I hope that one day too, Brother Nuri, thanks for the pleasure. Thanks for the giving me the time.
No.
It is realized.
Yeah, it's WUB that gives you. It's WUB.
And I want to say that this sleep part here, before I lose it, before it come into mind, I hope that one day it is realized that for traffic needs regulation, Brother Nuri, needs regulation at crossings and establish passageway. And please, I ask that I do not witness oppression because of my references. That's all I want to say, Brother Nuri. You got anything for us, my Brother Nuri?
Just have a good day, my brother. It's not Brother Nuri that allows you here. It's WUB establishing, and by extension, this Amandala idea, which is over 57 years old, that people must have the opportunity to express themselves. You are old enough to remember that we come from a kind of a unipolar world of ideas. Way back 50 years ago, we only had Radio Belize. We only had one way of expressing. There would have never been a Torres during that time. So it's not Brother Nuri that is offering you the opportunity to say what you say, but it's this platform that has been established here for you and many others. Anyway, brother.
Very good to know.
Take care. Yeah, I also wanted to not only talk about Ramadan and Lent, which we will spend a little bit more time on that. Reason being that I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but we have dipped significantly in our moral character here in Belize. And we're not as far gone as some other jurisdictions. But when those of us old enough to know where we come from and where we seem to be today, we've taken a dip. And it's human. It's human to err. It's human to get off track. Like a wheel of a vehicle, it runs a long time, and after a while it needs realignment. And it is found through scripture and human history that human beings also need realignment. And so you find in all established faiths, religion, that there is a period of abstinence, a period of fasting, a period of pulling back from the world and everything in the world. Not for all the time, because God doesn't want us to live like monks in caves or in clustered areas. He wants us to be in the world, but he wants us to be in the world with a certain consciousness. So I'm saying all of that to say that Ramadan is a part of that human, historical, religious medicine for correcting the soul of the human being. And we do need that correction, because if not, we go further and further and further, and we become our own God, which is basically where we are today. I do what I want. You can't tell me nothing. If I do it, if I want to do it, if it's good for me, good for me. And okay, how it affect you? We can't live like that. Because if we live like that, then those who have power will always oppress those who don't have power. But we need to have a consciousness that is greater than us. And so I say to you that during this month of fasting and this month of Lent, that we Belizeans need to pull back a little bit. We're going to only 30 days, but we need to pull back and give ourselves some time to review. I also want to reflect on Jesse Jackson, who, as you know, passed away a couple of days ago. Jesse Jackson was a very powerful figure in the African American historical mosaic. He was a disciple of Martin Luther King. In fact, he was in the same hotel area when Martin Luther King was assassinated. And of all those who were associated with Dr. King, and there were many, Andrew Young, Abernathy, or there were so many, Jesse Jackson seemed to have gone further in advancing the idea of Martin Luther King than any of the others. And in fact, and many of you are so young you won't know this, but back in 1984, he campaigned for the presidency of the United States and had gotten as far as the convention, which means you have to go through a lot of primaries for you to get to that level. And so long before, 30 years before Barack Obama, he had been able to reach that point in 1984. He did not, of course, win that election, but he went again in 1988. And so the tenacity of this guy, this iconic, yes, I can figure, passed away, 84 years old, and left a mark. Now, there are detractors, and I must say that in my younger days, I was one of his detractors, because I felt that whole civil rights process had played out with Martin Luther King, and that he was trying to dead raise on that. That was my ignorance. I was a young person. But I've come to recognize that you have a lot of issues when you have to make a decision as a politician. And that's why people say, don't enter in politics if you can't handle the heat. Because even things where you don't even think you to motivate, people say you to motivate, lies are told about you. Smallest of infractions are held on you. And the United States Intelligence Agency, headed at the time by J. Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI, had this obsession with thinking that there was a black messiah or some black revolutionary figure that would come out of the civil rights movement of blacks in America. And so J. Edgar Hoover focused his agency, the FBI, on disrupting and creating havoc within the movement of black Americans fighting for equality. And he used some very nefarious, very unconventional, very unethical ways in order to do it. in fact, one of the things that he did was to wiretap, meaning listen to phone calls when you don't know. They do it today. But in those days, way back in the 50s and the 60s, they were experimenting with these gadgets. And so they recorded Martin Luther King in conversation with women. They followed him secretly to see if he was making certain rendezvous. And then when they felt that they had enough embarrassment on him, then they sent him an envelope. And within that envelope were these clandestine pictures of him doing things that they thought the public should not, or they thought he would not want the public to know. So I'm saying that in his effort to find this black messiah, this one that would come forward and lead black people and oppress or would create a situation of oppression within America, a civil war of sorts, led by black leader against the white establishment. You have to read on this because what I'm saying may be even a puzzle to some of you. Like, what is he talking about? That can't be true. In those days, it appeared to be a lie until years later it was uncovered through the Freedom of Information Act and other things, and exposure. You're hearing about exposure of the Epstein file. There was a time when it was the exposure of the FBI and CIA files where they found that some of these things I'm telling you about were in fact going on. Welcome, caller. Welcome.
Brother Nuri.
Yes, my brother. Welcome.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Brother Nuri, we have our next minister come to the front of the class and you know, just allege that he's uncomfortable and he bring too much stress upon her, toll upon her. But I knew there's something going on in our park today, so from where I observe from a distance.
Give me the details of where you talk about, because you dropped something there. I'm not sure our audience know where you talk about.
Now we talk about the leadership of this country.
Yeah.
And the monopoly where they play around.
Okay.
And we part of why it happened, because then you have to say something going on in the house, but I knew that the public need to know about, because it looked like the personal internal dispute.
Mm.
The Minister of Tourism come forward and say that he didn't even have the spirit and the vibes. He didn't know if he want to continue this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's too much on him.
Yeah.
Brother, another black eye on reality is that a mother in Belmore Pond have to make her dig up his son ID and information, birth certificate and stuff like that to make them know that the man was a resident of Belmore Pond. Went to the high officials and they said that none of the youth never get caught up in another double murder. I'm not from Belmore Pond. That's the first time double murder happened at Belmore Pond. You agree with me, Brother Nuri?
Yeah, well, you know, I know that the mother was aggrieved to say that, you know, no one accused my son of being a part of a gang. And,
yeah.
You know, but, yeah, go ahead with your point, though.
But the thing is that it's Brother Nuri, is there's a lot. Brother Nuri, all right, make I get to the point right away. You remember?
Yeah.
The reason why the G7 exists?
Yes.
All right. That's my point right there.
You mean you think that things boil over to the point where there's a group of ministers that feel aggrieved
you
about...
You could see it, Brother Nuri.
Huh?
You could see it. You could see because nobody can talk to the Prime Minister. Nobody. That they don't have that faith within themselves to address certain things to the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister make decisions on what he chooses and what he's willing to do.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things going on. But anyway, you see the big interview with the overseas, with the Anchor News guys saying with the conversation when they have about Belize.
Yeah, I saw that. I had my
You know what they
concern.
tell me about Nuri?
Yeah.
That they tell me that people are come. That they tell me that them people are coming here and need to care who they need to care or no.
Well, you know,
That what they
Rubio.
tell me or no.
Yeah, Rubio the talk. Well, once you see when and do that Venezuela, my brother.
All right.
All right, and the way they
All right.
talk around the world. Anybody with no right with the United States right now have to be concerned. I don't know if you know that a couple of days ago, we as a part of the English-speaking Caribbean get pulling at this thing a little bit further with some Caribbean fishermen being bombed out of their boat in the area of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, the problem has been some one or two Trinidadian fishermen that got hit when Trump was attacking Venezuela. And as you know, as he was shooting them boats out of the water, there were a couple of Trinidadian boats, but most of them were Venezuelan. But this time, these boats were in the territorial water of St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines, and those fishermen were from those islands. And apparently, it is being said, because it's very cloudy, there's not a lot of report on it, they are claiming that that's a part of that drug transshipment area. But it's a very dangerous and slippery slope, because we've signed all kinds of conventions as governments that we will come to each other's aid physically and certainly diplomatically if any of us are hit. For example, if we are in any kind of invasion type activity take place with the Guatemala, not only the incursions with the SARS too, but if they really look like they want to do something with Belize, what we have signed with our Caribbean countries is that they would immediately come to our aid and say something to Guatemala, including, look, you don't do that to Belize. We've signed those kinds of agreements. So St. Lucia and the Grenadine and Barbados and Grenada, they're all a part of that signature. So now what are we going to say, having signed those kinds of agreements, if one of our English-speaking Caribbean brothers and sisters is in fact affected like what happened the last couple of days? I don't hear nothing. Maybe I missed the news, but I would imagine that some statement would have come from our foreign ministry saying, you know, we don't depend on that, which is what we should do. We don't say we don't come to grab up arms and we're going out to America. No, there are different diplomatic ways to express your not agreeing with something or that you agree with it. There's diplomatic languages that we have. So I say, Brick, I agree with you that, you know, these are some very trying times, my brother. Very trying times.
But anyway, all I can tell you is that something is going on and time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Indeed.
You want to tell about, because when these people went to protest against retail, a certain about the other Raymond and all the certain man come out and stand up.
Yeah.
I know all of them was expecting during the whole chaos to be expecting the deputy to step up today and talk, but you can't depend on the deputy alone at 30 on Monday. You mean the rest can't talk to the Prime Minister and make them look over things and do the things the proper way? Why always have to be, listen to me anyway. One thing I always say, right? You see this party? I always say this party, but sometimes you have to address certain things in the party that you're not. You know, you don't agree with certain things. Just because it just don't look good. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It just don't look good, Brother Nuri. And this will always be a problem. Because we have one utility company and one, you know, electrical company. One on one. We don't have no choice. We don't want everything. We feel the people come invest, just like how we got two parties we depend on.
Yeah.
Or the two parts will depend, but then the sad thing about it, but anyway, is that that protest what happened in the BTL, the guy who is in charge, the baker guy, that guy was the guy I could recall way back. That guy was, that guy could some brilliant plan. So, well, that's surprised that the name get called up in allegedly, but I'm just saying that these people have this behavior that when they're in the position, they have all the solution. But the moment they get in a power and authority, you know what I'm saying? Everything change. And this is the problem we have. We have with the people of this country, they just sit back and mumble to each other and let these things happen because the people are the masses. But the people ain't afraid to rise up because the people, 20%, like I say, 75% of the people ain't done taken already by bribery and hands out.
I wouldn't go so far.
Right? That's the reality, brother.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go so far. You know something?
No, because by the end of the day, brother, you listen to me. Nobody does do nothing for free. Everybody got their hands out. And that's the reason why we end up with corruption. Because people break the rules and broke the law. That's the reality, brother. We can't run from that. Policemen, they go to people's house and they go knock down people, do without people, they in there. But I was supposed to find something in it. Who may get charged? Because people don't do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if they're not going to warrant for going there,
I don't know.
Not when they find us supposed to
The police would play warrant. You know what we play? We play that we give an anonymous call that one tip. That's something they want there. That's what we play. We don't play a warrant. The other day, the man don't clear the warrant and run down the people in spot. And when the lady asked to make the city warrant, the man refused to make the lady city warrant. You and I know they're random source and random paper. You get what I'm saying? And then are the things where they don't like when people rise up against them and talk about, brother. But these are the issues where we face every day. And it get worse and worse. What's on the crime? The crime is spread now. It's spread. You can't whip out your mind, great. You know? You can't whip out your mind. Trust me, the crime follow you. You get what I'm saying? These are the reality we face right now. And these are the things they know to address. What's on the black guy with the lady with his son? Say he's not a resident of the Mopana lady, I'm going to get you by documents. That's me, you don't know in your community. It is reality, brother, Nuri. I don't want to go far now, I let that thing go.
All right, brother. I hope you enjoy your Ramadan. Take care. Thank you. Before we go to the break, I just want to mention congratulations to the Rotary that have been doing an excellent job on the health of our children. They have set up a program which has been going on for well over 20 odd years now. I remember when Miss Yvette Burke was there, where they were helping children with heart conditions. Well, last night I saw a clip where they are helping children who are born with, in fact, just a couple of weeks ago, I gone up on Google to try to find out why I see so much knock knee in a Belize. And so I learned a lot about what is this bone condition, but it can be corrected. And I saw the miracle of children who were born. I saw this child with a serious, what we call bow leg, and the mother with tears in her eyes because the procedures that were there to help her straighten her child's leg, and the little girl running around enjoying herself. But you see, again, you see the problem with medicine and the economic socio conditions of people, which means that if we didn't have these external assistance coming in from these Americans, and may I extend and say Cubans, Venezuelans, and other medical missionaries that have come in here from eye to heart to this to that. It's not only the Americans that have come in through Rotary, but it's many other countries that have assisted us. We need to acknowledge and recognize. But certainly I want to say that what I saw last night, and it's not the first time, as I said, I remember when Miss Yvette Burks working with others in the Rotary, which does an excellent job of extension services, not only in the medical area, but they help in other areas also. I want to acknowledge that good work that I saw yesterday. All right, last call before we go to our first break. Welcome, caller.
Morning, brother Nuri.
Morning, sir. Real quickly, though, my brother, because I done 7:30.
Rick,
Yeah.
Rick have a lot of points where I agree with,
Okay.
because I had a similar situation happen to me last week.
Okay.
I was a law-abiding citizen, and I work 2 jobs. My whole family works. My kids, they come in from the States, come live with me, stay with me, because they are my kids. Now, I live in one of the safest neighborhoods, I believe, Zabilama, Phase 1. I sleep, have my 10-month-old baby, they sleep. Police come and beat down my door because they have an operation. But you cannot have an operation for honest working people if you not get tip off or if you not the power list. I know how the system works. The system works that if you depend on the list where your house or somebody they harbor criminals or so, that were constant threat for police where they come harass you. My house is not that type of house. But when the police came, it was 4:30 in the morning. Beat my door like they want broke it. My door have a little glass arch at the top that the peep in, flashing light. I frightened. Suppose I just to use an example. Suppose I have a licensed firearm and I wake up in a jumpy skate and I just think that somebody try broke in my house and I fire a shot. What would have happened?
Yeah, that's a good point, brother. Because you do have a right to protect your property.
Exactly.
And the first thing that the police should do when they get to your house is identify themselves. This is the police.
Exactly.
Huh?
This is the second time something like this happened to me. But the first time I reported it, it never happened again for like 3 years. Now this is 3 years after. The police that did it before, right now he's in jail. He's at jail, serving for murder. If nobody was at my house that time, I thought he would have killed me. But this last time, this weekend right here that happened, the same thing where Brick said. They come with a paper. They refuse to give me the warrant. I told them I know the law. You need to present this warrant and put it in my hand so that I could read it. And then I allow you to come into my house. When I call the higher authority, one of the higher superintendents, the following morning, and I explained to him what was the situation, he was like, no, he was shocked because he knew me. So how could I probably end up on that list at that particular time? My house, we have hundreds of houses in Abilama Phase 1. How my house end up on that list? You understand? And then not only that, when my wife decided to took out her phone, one of the police to tell my wife, no, you can't do that, you can't take out the phone. You can't tell me what I could do in my house.
No, man, no.
And then, we know that they up in the police face. I allow them because I respect me, but end of the day, you don't disrespect me because you don't want to give me the warrant, and then you're the back and forth with me, and they tell me you don't have to. The thing is with Belize, a lot of Belizeans don't know the law, and we get chance because we allow everything to happen to we. But I know allow it because I don't tell them. They know what they continue to come back to my house. Because the next time they come back to my house, they will have a problem with me.
All right, try not go too far with that, though, my brother. I'm
not going to go to violence, but they will have a problem because somebody have to answer for that. Because at the end of the day, I am a hard-working young man.
I agree with you, sir.
They know exactly who are the criminals that believe. When they want to see criminal, they go. And you could probably attest to this because you deal with a lot of the youths when they're in a gang, Mr. Nuri. When they want to see real bad man, they call and ask them to please come to the station or please come to LIU or wherever they want to see them. They ask them. The Leon boy there right now, whether they harass for the street, they don't ask them, but when they want the big bad man there, the so-called generals, then they ask them to come in. And I really upset about it because, man, I work for the government just like you. You can't harass me. It make I feel stupid, man. And our constant thing, and like nobody got no control over it. Nobody seems to have any control. Because when I told the guy that I would call one of his superior, you know what he tell me? Nobody can stop this. No inspector, nobody can stop this.
Yeah.
It's unfair, and our constant thing when it happened to a lot of Belizean people,
All right,
Belizean people just left it.
Yeah, I have to left it there because, as I said, we're into our time check.
Okay, Nuri.
We'll talk again. Maybe you could call tomorrow, my brother. Yeah. All right, let's take our time check, which is sponsored by Fort Point Security, and 2 Cent Scam is brought to you by Brick City.
You're watching Crime Television, and this is WUB 2 Cent Scam. And you know what? I always want to know if Ladyville should have been a town or one city. Because it develop. So I need to find out from some people who are living in Ladyville how they feel about that. Maybe we check on their 2 cents.
Well, I'm for and against. I think mostly the people of Ladyville would want to see that because of development. However, I do think that we need to do some more consultation. And after consultations have been done, the people will speak.
Yeah, your 2 cents.
That's my 2 cents.
I don't want it. I don't want Ladyville. Too much taxes. So that's just my viewpoint. I know that eventually we might get there where we will have to pay taxes, more taxes, because we're paying already. But for now, I'm happy to be enjoying the minimum taxes that we pay. Thank you. That are my 2 cents.
Thank you.
Wow, Ladyville turning a city. I shop, but I think it's possible because as population develop a lot more, I think a lot more people need places for shop, places for recreate, because Ladyville will get bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't think city are the best word, but like I think, you know, more developed would be greater. I don't know. Watong, like a tongue. Maybe it could turn into a tongue now before it turn into a city, because city yeah, it should be a tongue, you know, but like, you know, yeah, but I support the further development and everything. Yep. Yeah.
Have a vision? We've got what you need. From idea to install, Brothers Habet. All your building needs under one roof.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito. realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild. One high bush like jungle. I want to take my lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in. I made a teenager. Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
Very this that for we, and we proud of this.
Now we are claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio, 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
The MIDH's housing program remains one of the government's most impactful initiatives. To date, hundreds of Belizean families across the country have received starter homes, with priority given to single mothers and the elderly. In every case, these homes have provided safe, stable, and affordable shelter to those most in need, a commitment the MIDH is proud to keep.
I'm truly grateful and blessed. having a roof over our head that is ours completely without a doubt, it is a blessing, and it's something really surreal, and it's hard to explain the mixed emotions that I have.
Having my own home, like my own home, and that's mine. I feel so good that I got my own house now that I can say it's mine. I just feel emotional because, I have my own home.
I always use that house. And thank God for it, for all of you who came this evening and inaugurate this house for me.
I live in my house, and she say, me always excited for say, you know what, we live in our own home, and both of us excited for say moving in our house.
Anybody who has ever experiencing couch surfing or even having a hard time with renting and landlords saying that you own something yourself, you don't have to worry about that anymore. So really happy for that. As a legal guardian, it's very reassuring to know that I have a home and a roof to put my niece and nephew in along with myself.
Most of our people are people who would never be able to even start to construct a home. And so this program allows them the ability to get that start that they need so that they can continue to have their dreams in the future come true.
So really this is transformative for them. It affects their lives in a real way. Their family, their children now have a place they can be proud of.
One by one, we are transforming lives. One by one, this program is making sure that a family who just needs one opportunity.
As we wind down today, this is the fourth one for us, Stanford West for today. That by itself, the good initiative that the ministry recognizes the side of the constituency.
There are thousands of files that have already been approved. But we work on a budget that's approved by the Ministry of Finance, which is approximately $5 million a year. And the $5 million does not include only the building of the houses, it includes also the infrastructure that we have to do to reach the houses. This year we have put in double that, and our fingers are crossed. Hopefully the Ministry of Finance approves this budget and we will be able to do more. I feel it, everybody wants one. But we can't do it for everybody at the same time. So we are going with a program. We're trying to deal with the people that have handed in their applications and have been approved. It changes lives. It opens up communities. It is something that our people get a direct impact. And that, I think, is very positive. It's one of the social programs that the People's United Party has in place that I believe is very effective and welcoming by the large majority of the population.
Let it be your, there will be an answer. Let it be.
This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and we have our honored guest who drops in on us 2 or 3 times every year because his topic is so important. Our guest this morning is Brother Dr. John Sosa, a neurologist, and if you understand what a neurologist is, and we will talk about that, you will understand how valuable they are in our medical health, I would say medical and physical health system. Welcome, Brother John. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to all the viewers and listeners, and thank you again. I always enjoy my time here.
Yes, sir.
So it's a pleasure again.
We appreciate that. Now, I want to ask, before I get in my first question, because we have a very young audience, you know, the majority of our population is really under 35 years old, and that's important for us to continue to remind ourselves, because sometimes we speak to older people and not realize we're leaving out a lot of young people. So can we start maybe just a few minutes telling what exactly is a neurologist? What is your skill? What is your background? And what do you do in the medical profession to make people healthy?
So basically, people know neurologists as brain doctors. But it's not just brain. So a neurologist learns about basically everything that can go wrong with your brain, with your spinal cord, with your muscles, a few things or some things about like your immune system. We do a part of a neuropsychiatry, and you have to know some basic medicine and some basic things that the internists they deal with. That is part of your training as a neurologist. You have to go through all that first. So a neurologist basically sees a wide range of illnesses of the brain, and it's a very wide range. You have dementias, you have epilepsy, you have headaches, you have strokes, you have infections of the brain, inflammations of the brain. You have these strange diseases that people don't really know about. So when anything strange comes to a doctor, and eventually they will say, you know what, go see the neurologist, because a part of neurology is rare diseases, things that are strange. So you see a whole, and then you have all the spinal cord issues and all the muscle issues, all the spine issues. It's a very, very wide field. Right?
But a neurologist must qualify himself or herself as a doctor of medicine before they specialize in that?
So usually neurology will take anywhere from about 13 to 14 years to get done from the time you start medical school.
So
unless your medical school is in the US, because you have a shorter medical school, and some other countries, but you have to have a full bachelor's degree. So in that kind of country, you would start medical school at around 22, 23, maybe 24. While in Latin American countries and the Caribbean and like that, you will start earlier, because with junior college, you can do medical school. And in the US, for example, Canada, you have to have a bachelor's degree. So the medical school is shorter, but at the day, it's still the same time, because you had to do those extra 2 years.
Yes.
But it does take a while to become a neurologist, and yes, you have to go through your basic medical school.
It's a mysterious area in the sense that, and I'm glad you call it the brain doctor, because when we can't find what's wrong with you, we go to the brain, because we're figuring up there you will find out exactly what's going on with the person. But doctor, if I can, and I must tell you again, and I guess I repeat it every time you're here, that we appreciate this, because one of the areas that we are lacking all around, and this is still in 2026 as it was in 2020 or 1920, we lack information to our people when it comes to medical health. So we appreciate you taking the time, unpaid, to come and to give your service here to answer the questions, which is critical in my opinion, right? In fact, I go as far as to say, I don't understand how the Ministry of Health does not have a specific program once or twice a week that goes through a gambit of different medical issues that can assist people just by getting information. But that's another story. Can I get right down to what we witnessed a couple of weeks ago, of this violent, sudden outburst of people who apparently have mental issue, violently knocking down a lady, in the case in Belmapane, it was a small child, Are these adults, or assaults, I should say, an indication of a breakdown, or what's causing that? Is that fixable, or are we just to live with it? Or we heard on the news this morning, sorry to make my question so long, but that there is a particular medication, risperidone, that is short in the pharmaceutical or in the pharmacy of the government, and is that contributing to these violent outbursts?
So Nuri, several factors here. People who are mentally ill most times give difficulty taking their medications, and a lot of time need injectable medications that they can use, like say once a month, for example, because it's easier to administer that way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people, or patients, if you want to say that, really don't accept taking medications. Second thing, they don't have a stable address, right? You might say they're homeless or vagrants or whatever you want, but they move around, so you have to go look for them. So that's a second issue. The third thing is that many have families, but when they get so much trouble to the family start to like draw away. So you really can't use the family many times as a conduit or as a way to get to the patients, because there is a divide, because people get tired as people behave rude.
Kind of abandonment sometimes.
Yeah. Then, yeah, exactly. And then sometimes in the public system, what you want to use as a doctor, you don't have. You do have replacements, and sometimes you do have replacements for a medication. And you have an oral medication like risperidone, you have other replacements you can use, right? But you want to tailor medications to patients individually, obviously enough. But an individual aggression, like one person, you cannot generalize, right? Because many people out there are not really aggressive, even without medication. So you can't really generalize that. But that one person who is very aggressive needs in-hospital help to stabilize and then go back out. Because nowadays, you know, we don't really hospitalize people for long term. We don't, in a sense, incarcerate them in a crazy house. That are things of the past. You try and let them get integrated back into a society. So what you need is stabilize a person who is overly aggressive, that they can function wherever they are, again, even if on the street. But that takes time, so you just can't like brush it off. Because you give the person something next day out, they do the same fool again. Okay. But that's an individual person, so it's hard to generalize one person.
But with that explanation, it's almost saying that we're going to see some more of those violent attacks.
Well, we need a better mental health service, better medical services for people like that. And that takes money, as usual, no? And I think the Ministry of Health gets a lot of money. I think a lot of it is wasted in programs and things that go nowhere, because you get this money from outside and you have to figure out how you want to spend it, and you do the workshop and the meeting and this and that, and the money just go on. And you spend a lot on fancy places. You don't really put the money where you're supposed to.
So you were saying prioritize, why? But well, what you're suggesting is that with the present protocol, even if money is available, we have not put mental health disease on a top priority.
Exactly, right?
Okay.
Even when it comes to training of our locals, for example, if you go there and ask how much local or national or Belizean psychiatrists you have, you'll be surprised at the number.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Very minimal. For example, right? Just like for us, no, as neurologists.
Very few.
You don't have. So there has to be a way that we can train up people and that we can keep them in the public system to work. No?
Doc, look at this scenario that was brought to me. This guy who punched down the lady by the market, and then a little further we saw him punch down another lady who was a sanitation worker. And here's the story that I'm giving to you. He get catch and one group of man get one assing, one
Beat
real, yes, he beat him bad. But the thing is, as it get beat up, you don't know why it get beat up. Because you don't make the connection between where I do and where you do to me. So, you know, it was an eye-opener to me in terms of what we're dealing with mental health issues. That you, like for example, the guy who killed my friend Vasquez in the prison cell, you know, you want to know, well, why you want to put one man so violent? Vasquez wasn't violent like that. You know, he had his own issue, but he never to them point the way and kill you. This man killed Vasquez. So I'm saying, are we so defunct in our response to mental health that we will see more people getting punched down, or we will see more people being killed in a jail cell? I mean, how could you address that?
That is precisely where you need the personnel trained and the resources that you can reach these people on the street, right?
Yeah.
So you need more of that. I don't say they're not trying now, because they do, but you need more.
Yeah, but is it the medical health people say, why not bring her? We not got no place to put her in a jail because I lock up them
Well,
and then he gone and he put Vasquez in a lock up again.
That is precisely one of the things where we're falling down, because you have like an acute care facility in Belmopan with very few beds, like 6 beds maybe, for acutely ill people. That too little bit, man.
Yeah.
Right? We need a whole big hospital, we need a whole separate hospital.
So you need a
mental
health facility.
Yes, where you can hospitalize people for a little bit, that then they can get stable and then can put them back on the street.
Indeed.
So that's our part where they fall down, no?
Yeah.
If we fall down with our basic care, right? We'll think about that will take more resource, no?
So what amount of this quote-unquote bad behavior that we are seeing are in fact a result of long-term neurological trauma? Could be even as far back, you had said to me one time, as birth. Could we be seeing what we calling that boy bad, or he act bad, or that lady they act bad?
So let me go back. So when I was trained as a neurologist, for example, and I'm talking about just my training, I was trained in Mexico City.
Okay.
Which may be different from other people's training, right? But Mexico got good training. When you're training, every patient who is deemed psychiatric has to get a neurologic evaluation and has to do certain studies, because some psychiatric illnesses have an actual physical brain problem, a neuropsychiatric disorder. And I believe we don't really do that. Because of the same thing, lack of personnel, and maybe lack of knowledge, no? And lack of equipment and whatever else you need to do, to do stuff with.
Yeah.
So that should be, because you can have people who, for example, have a certain kind of state where they're having seizures constantly that you don't see, and nobody knows, and then they behave aggressive, right? So it's an actual brain problem, but you don't know, can nobody check. Things like that can happen.
Yes. Well, let's take our first break. Before Doctor leaves today, we'll open the phone line in the last 10 or so minutes. So any questions that we may not have asked him, you are able to ask him. So we'll take our break now.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. Love your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿ok?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild. One high bush like jungle. I want to take my lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in. I made a teenager. Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
Very this stuff for we, and we proud of this.
Now we are claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures. Customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights, distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Welcome back. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Our guest this morning, Dr. Sosa, and we will open up the phone lines so that you could get a chance to speak to Dr. Sosa as we are continuing our conversation with him. Dr. Sosa, I also wanted to move into the subject that you deal with every time you come, and that is dementia. And the fact that we are seeing an increase, and I am no person of research in that sense of knowing the statistics for this, but it just appears that dementia may have always been there and we just didn't realize it. Maybe that's the reality, but we are so cognizant of it now. I bring you to the point of the news of a man who apparently has dementia, turned on a stove in his house, and somehow must he forget that he turned it on, and then the thing blew up. The man nearly dead. They had to go and take him out of the house. But as I'm speaking to his relatives, because I know them, they say this gentleman has dementia and may have forgotten that he even put on that stove. I multiply that by 1,000 because there's a lot of people who will forget these things, maybe not as dangerous as that, but they forget. Can you talk about that condition?
So, like we said before, right? You have different kinds of dementia, and the one that is more known and the most frequent is Alzheimer's. And Alzheimer's, what you do is start to forget your daily things that you've just done or that you need to get done. So you forget what you eat, you forget that when you go somewhere where you have to get, you go to your room, the wrong, can't remember what you want. Then you start to can't go to the shop, go buy, because you don't get everything, or you go left your change. And then eventually you reach a point where you forget to bathe yourself, you forget how to dress, you could get aggressive, things like that.
How long is that process?
Oh, that takes a while, no? You have some dementias that go very quickly.
Okay.
Like a frontotemporal dementia takes 2 to 5 years and you're done. You die. But
you die as a result of the dementia?
Yes, from that kind of dementia.
Oh, wow.
Because eventually you just turn into a little plant, right? And you forget how to eat. And then your immune system goes down, and then infections come and you die. And you die from starvation, basically.
So in a case like that, when you're at that level, you mean you need caregivers that is there feeding you?
Yeah, that is what I'm coming to.
Oh.
So Alzheimer's goes longer, 10, 20 years, maybe more, before you reach a certain point where it's severe. The problem is the cost to the family, because you have to get medications, you have to have caregivers, you have to have somebody to watch you, eventually have to watch you 24 hours, and there's a cost to that. Yeah. If you have like one family member who has to do it, you can't. You won't get burnt out, you won't get tired, you just can't do it. If you want to pay people, eventually you have to start to pay 2 and 3 people. They are too expensive. So it's a huge burden economically to a society and to a family to take care of one patient. And the other thing is that if you have persons who can be productive and no longer productive, they don't contribute economically to a society. You just not contribute anything because you're sick. Mm-hmm. That is the next cost. So you have a cost to the family for mine you, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, but you need health care. Right?
Yeah.
So you need medications, you need to see a doctor. It's a very costly illness long term because it's a long-term illness. What are the things, if you live by yourself, for example, things like that happen. Because you have no supervision, you don't run in your house, and you might leave the fridge door open, left the water on, put on the stove when you go light it, when you remember, or put on something to cook, and you burn down your house because the thing evaporate out and then the pot catch fire.
Yeah.
Because you don't remember your activities that you're doing. You call that working memory. So you can have a big cost that include losing your life just by being too forgetful. No?
Wow.
Right? So the economics of it is huge.
So really what you're telling me, in most cases, our health situation here is a peril for the poor.
because you can't access
it's
the
a
care.
peril for the poor.
Right?
You can't, you
You
don't
can't pay for
poor,
your thing.
How you want to pay for
Exactly.
watching your relative? So Doc, go up to the hierarchy now of your profession. What do you all advise the authorities to do to combat issues like this?
So, if you haven't, like in a first world country, you have centers where you can take your people, right? Like one daycare center for older adults with dementia. So that family, they are break.
So Sister Cecilia and these.
No, this is a different thing.
Okay.
This is like a daycare for older people where they will feed you, take care of you, play games, right?
Does
Stimulate
that
your
exist
brain.
even in a small way in Belize any at
No,
all?
no.
Not at all?
No.
Not even private sector doing that?
No. Well, yeah, you have private sector homes, but they don't do it totally.
Okay.
They don't have everything.
Okay.
Because in a center like that, you will have psychological help or therapy, you will have psychiatric help, you have a neurologist if you need one, your basic health care, you will have your food adequately prepared by nutrition.
Right.
You will have your games that you have a structured
There's a
life
program.
during
It's
the
a
day.
program.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it
So
doesn't
first world
exist,
countries
doesn't it?
like say Denmark, Sweden, and places like that, right? European countries.
They would have that.
You have that. So that relieves the burden from the family from the day. So you only do it at night. But they have proper medications that they will sleep at night. Because when patients get dementia, they stop sleep at night. They can't sleep. They get agitated. So all that you can reach. But the cost is big. It's huge. Right? So
no, is there a predisposition to dementia to say that only at a certain economic bracket you get it as compared to a, I'm talking about certain diseases they say are rich man disease like gout and things like that. Say poor people don't get gout. And these are street talk. Right?
Well, that's not true. No, but all right. So this is the thing here. So this is the thing.
Is dementia like that?
So this is the thing here. The more money you got, the faster you get diagnosed. That's the bottom line. Because you want to seek help, or your family want to seek help for you.
Okay.
The less money you got, the longer you take to get diagnosed or to get treatment.
Because you're poor, you're not going.
You're just not going. They don't carry you.
All right. But that doesn't stop the disease from growing.
No. So dementia is multifactorial for most types, and some types are genetic, and every dementia has a genetic input. Okay. But you also have environmental inputs into the thing, right?
Right.
You have diet inputs, you have drug abuse inputs, or drug overuse, or you want to say it.
Right.
Or you have alcohol abuse input into it. It's multifactorial. A lot of things cause you forget dementia.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, since you're on to cause you to get, is it preventable?
No.
Or once you get it, can you go in the other direction?
So no one knows if they will get dementia unless you have a genetic influence and you do a blood test and you say, boy, down the road I know I'm going to get it because you can do a blood test for now.
Oh, okay.
Like certain dementias, you can do a test that will tell you either in blood or in spinal fluid from your back, and that will tell you what is your predisposition or your possibility or probability of getting some dementia of whatever type down the road. And so people don't want to know that, so they don't do it.
Do you think that they do that for the president?
Biden?
and Trump is what I'm talking about, and also Biden
Trump,
and these others.
Trump, I don't like that about Trump, but Trump does have dementia. I know that from the day he run, me as a doctor, I say that from 2015 or whatever. I say, oh, he's crazy.
So you can see it?
Yeah. He speaks at a 4th grade level. He can't read. If you try to read, he can't read. Right? And his attitude is, Lee baby, we got tantrums, no?
Wow.
Right?
So a doctor, and clearly this is not just you, but others are also observing this man's behavior as the most powerful man in the world?
Well, then we have for any problem, but when we say sneeze, we catch flus and pneumonia. The thing here is this. Anyone can get dementia. Anyone can get Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is one type of dementia. Anybody can get Alzheimer's. And you don't know.
Okay.
But you can help yourself. How you help yourself? Well, greatly limit your alcohol use.
Right.
Try not to do drugs.
Right.
Keep your brain active. by working, by using your brain, exercise, have a good diet, because high sugar, high fats diet affect your brain, make it worse. Just live calm and cool. You help yourself, right? And when you get dementia, there are medications that help you to not progress as rapidly. They can't stop it, but the medications help you go slower.
Okay.
But there's no cure for a dementia of any type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that, as a neurologist, is that something that down the future, 10 years, 15, you can't see them coming up with a way to address it? Or is that medically or scientifically possible that they may come up with, I don't know, vaccine or
so
what
there's a discussion, and it's always, you have, in neurology you have different specialties, right?
Okay.
So you have a dementia specialist who is a neurologist and then becomes a dementia specialist.
Okay.
So within the dementia specialist community, there's always discussion on what really causes the dementia. Because every time they study this thing, it's like a little bit different reason for the dementia. So it's hard to say this is exactly why people get dementia, right? Because you have changes in your brain, and then somebody come up and say, but wait a minute, the changes are happening because of something else.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's something else now we have to attack.
Yeah.
Because the medications that we use to actually attack the changes don't work, for example, right?
Yeah.
Like say you got one thing named neurofibrillary tangles, for example. You got some kind of proteins you have too much. But when you do medication for that, it don't work. So that is just a symptom of something else. And they're always, like they get deeper and deeper into it without having this specific thing until they find this very specific thing, then you could treat it and help it. And
well, let
cure
me
it.
ask you this in this context then, if it can, because that sounds like it can have an external cause to the brain's
yes, it's
reaction.
multifactorial.
Right. So, is dementia then the result of a Western way of life, and that if you were to look in a different socio-economic situation, you find less incidence of dementia? Is it a Western disease? No, you have to call back, caller, because
No, you really can't say that.
In other words, if we go back 2,000 years, will we find dementia? No, of course.
Yes, of course you have dementia. You've always had dementia. That's our fact, no?
So you
because
mean,
we have dementia of genetic types.
Okay,
so much more genetic influence.
Okay.
So those have existed. And they are. I don't know, 300,000 years, whatever it is.
Okay. But do you remember as a young boy, much talk, as I don't, much talk about...
No, because it was not diagnosed. That just old age.
We just never knew it.
Senile dementia or senile.
Welcome, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Dr. Sosa.
Morning.
Good morning.
Nuri, this is Sandra Corey.
Yes, welcome.
A couple of observations, Doc. First of all, I'm glad that you mentioned the variety of causes, because I don't think the Belizean public understands the role of diet, drug consumption in the forms of chemical consumption in the forms of alcohol, marijuana, medication. They don't understand it, and so you mentioned a variety of contributing factors. I'd like to mention two that, well, I don't think you brought them up. Some years ago, a friend of mine has a family member who is very slow. He was never violent, never, there was none of that kind of behavior. He was just slow. Well, he started to get contorted because they had put him on a medication in the Belize public healthcare system. And the family began to get worried because he had not been contorted before, all bent up and bent out of shape. That had not happened before. So the relative went to the medical system and took the medication that he had been given, which had changed, and managed to access a doctor. And the doctor then told him not right away, but because the family member is expressing this alarm and what to do. And the doctor pointed out that money was not available to buy, money had not been made available to purchase the correct medication. So the person, the patient was being given samples of an experimental medication. And so the family member asked, well, what do I do? The doctors told him, listen, this is a private advice I'm giving you. Stop the medication. So at the time when I learned that, I tried to get the media to investigate the matter, but to no avail. So that's the first question. What is the what is the extent of that type of misuse and abuse? The second point is that do the authorities, political authorities, really want this problem of the mentally ill corrected? Because the mentally ill in this society, many of them are homeless, right? And when election time comes around, they become convenient billboards for political advertising. You will suddenly see members of that community in a clean T-shirt. All the time you see them, they've been in a dirty, you can't even read what's on the thing, it's so much dirt. But suddenly they'll have a clean T-shirt, and that T-shirt will be advertising a candidate or a political party, and the linkage between the candidate and the political party.
Very true. Very true.
And my opinion is that the authorities know jolly well that what needs to be done, but it is not being done because these poor people are convenient experimental guinea pigs, whatever you want to call them, for the political machinery in this country. That's the second thing. And the third thing, Dr. Sosa, I think it's very urgent that somebody like yourself comment on the role that the social media and AI are playing in the mental collapse of the young. As we speak, there is a case being tried in California. Mark Zuckerberg is the defendant, and it's a class action suit of over, I think, 1,000 persons. I'm not sure of that number, but it's a class action suit.
Yes.
And as we speak, he is battling to defend his algorithms and the fact that they knew all the studies that have come out on the role that social media and now AI social media with the generation of companions, Nuri and Dr. Sosa, as young as 8, children as young as 8,
yes,
are being linked to romantic partners who are virtual. They don't exist. They are just pictures. And remember, children, I was a child who had imaginary companions. Not when I got to 8, but when I was a very little girl, I had imaginary. I saw them in my mind, and to this day I can see those imaginary. My parents couldn't see them because they didn't exist. But I would talk to them, and I would tell my parents, well, see them there, they're right there. So imagine now, you take that capacity of the child for imagination to the point now of imaginary characters in a computer screen with romantic connections at the age of 8, and he's battling to save his position. So I really think, Dr. Sosa, that this country needs to start looking at that, because we are a very unsophisticated, gullible lot, and then we are not highly informed, and we become perfect laboratory rats in that experiment. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sandra. 3 good points. Very, very
so we have first point. So for patients who have mental health illnesses, you use a group called antipsychotics. And antipsychotics, you have traditional and not traditional or non-traditional. All medications can have a side effect, anything, including Tylenol. That does not mean that you get the side effect, but the possibility exists. So certain medications that are older give more side effects than the newer ones. So every time I make one new one and try to make it with less side effect, or possibility of side effect. So sometimes patients get an antipsychotic and they get a thing called an extrapyramidal syndrome or symptoms. Like they twisting up and so on, like what she may say, contorted or twisted. So that may be a side effect of a medication that person got. So that person needed a more modern or better medication that maybe they never have. So you just never get it. All right? I want to mention here before I forget that Australia has implemented a thing for social media use below 16 years old.
Yes, they have.
Why? I like to tell people this thing. Social media and TV and so fry your brain. Anybody. Even if you're 80 years old and fry your brain, because you know they use it.
What do you mean by fry your brain? Please.
Fry your brain means that your brain gets dumb, it gets stupid because you're not getting
so
used
you're dumbing down.
Exactly. You're not using it adequately. So if you know to use it adequately, what that one mean is that your learning potential, your skill at discernment,
you get slow, you get sluggy.
Exactly. So if you have one child who they grow, who brain they connect up and have to grow, and have to go in a sense that you can make good decisions, that you can learn at school, that you can learn on the street, right? That you can function as an adult down the road, emotionally, socially. You miss that step, you jump it. Because they find too much thing where you know to use your brain adequately, right? You misuse your brain.
So the scrolling all day.
So for kids, you know what you want, your kid, they don't have one legal reading book, got books to read, they go outside, go play an hour every day, roll about in the grass and the mud, the way it used to be.
Yeah.
That helps your brain, it grows better. So there is a point. Yes.
Doctor, you need to say it clearly because modern parents now think if I give my child one tablet, I can go over here to do my work and you know.
Yeah, well that's convenience. That's convenience, but it's not correct.
But it's hurting the child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is why
we need to say that very loud, and I think that's what Sandra is saying. So we're not telling our people the danger of this thing, you know?
Yeah, well I tell people a lot of times individually, you know, you have to help your kids a different way.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they can't have an access to their social thing for maybe an hour a day, playing a league game, but not all day every day.
Doctor, I'm hearing some parents that are saying, no, I just take away all I got it then. I fight me, I want to fight and thing, but I just take away all I got it.
Well, you have to replace it with something else.
Yeah, because the scare that is out there is the degree to which these social media platform is damaging the child. This algorithm thing that a very dangerous thing to get you in a way, not just children.
So she mentioned something with the last issue. All kids have imaginations. That is good. That develops a brain. That you learn how to play, right? If you go to Scandinavian countries, children actually start school at 7, right? Then go to school from 4, maybe 5. Then when they go to that school, then go play, right? Then when they're 6 and go kinder, and when they're 7 and start infant one. You know who have the best standards of education in the world? The Scandinavian countries. Because kids learn for play. They don't learn for the play they use gadgets, they learn for play outside even if it is snow. And they learn for play in the classroom. And they learn for play with classmates. They learn to interact. So with that thing, with the AI issue and all that, right? And imaginary companions that are in front of you on a computer and all that. You know, develop your imagination, you know, develop your play skills that you will use down the road for adult interaction.
Well, you need to say that loudly because somehow people think I am spending hours behind a computer and I am learning. So how could you say my brain is not working?
Well, most times they're
I read and I read and you know.
FB is junk.
Here's another thing. Welcome, caller.
I'm just back to make an addition, Doctor, the observation on Scandinavia. Humans, we have a lot of bacteria and fungi and all kinds of things We were born with some of them. We got some of them through breast milk from our mothers and all. And we get those additional when we are growing up as children playing in the outside world. We pick it up in the sand, we get it up. And those help to build our immune system because some of those bacteria are benign, but they produce certain chemicals that operate for our health from we are children. And when you are going to leave your child sitting all day in an enclosed environment, not exposed to the air, the pathogens in the air, well, the bacteria, etc., in the air, and the microbes in the air, in the ground, then the child isn't going to get those additional benefits, like, for example, yogurt that's made in the home, not yogurt you buy in the shop. The yogurt made in the home contains the bacteria that lodges in the colon. And that bacteria helps to keep the colon clean, one, and two, it is a factor of B vitamin production. You see? So I think you could expand on that because our people don't understand the gravity of this problem, and our public health, our political authorities, well, I don't have any faith that they will do any education of our people. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Doc, let me take this next break and we'll come right back and keep the phone open. We'll be back.
I am extremely happy to see that the work has started. We might be talking here about regaining some land. The most important part for us right now is how can we continue to protect the people that are here. We're setting up these rock wall placed by machines to trap sand deposits. We will do some dredging at the river mouth. That will enhance the sand movement, and nature on its own will take the sand to the rock walls, trap them, and accelerate beach recreation. Within the first month, you will see results. Within 3 months, you'll see good progress. And after 6 months, you will really see some nice recuperation.
Monk River is really the forgotten village. It's been years and years I've been fighting for some help with the erosion, and nothing has been done. I was asking to save what we have now than lose everything, because it come to a point that we believe that everything was going in another few years, everything would be gone.
This village really needs a cemetery because I don't know that when I go in, and to me, I expect for burying this burying ground. I have my grandfather. I have my grandfather for both sides. Ma and pa, right here.
Many of the tombs, they are in the middle of the water. Imagine if it was you or I who would have to go and visit our parents or any family member, but the reality is that they are swimming now in the ocean.
At least government and Mr. Martinez showed up for us. 9 months, I have to say.
This is a real testament of what loss and damage is. We have so many areas like Moncariva across Belize, all the way from Corozal to Barranco down south, whereby erosion has become such a serious problem and a threat to the livelihoods of people.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
So you done hear about how you could shop online with Builders Hardware?
It's easy and convenient. Plus, you get special deals and discounts online where you not get in at the store. Just log on to shopbuildersbz.com and pay with your Visa, MasterCard, debit or credit card. You could choose to pick up your order from a smart Lacaneda Builders or Easy could deliver for you. If that was a big thing, the Builders truck could deliver for you. If you need more information about anything, you could start chat right here online with a salesperson. We're ready to help you. No need to burn gas and waste time in a traffic. Go to shopbuildersbz.com.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Welcome back. We've had a very interesting but short time with Dr. Sosa today. He does have to get over to the KHMH He did promise us he would be with us for an hour. His valuable time. I thank him for giving us. You can see from the subject matter that what Dr. Sosa deals with every time he comes is very relevant to the everyday situation that all of us deal with. You know, at 77 years old, I'm very conscious of myself and watching my brain and what. So if I forget where I eat for breakfast this morning, I'm concerned, you know, am I getting dementia? Welcome, caller.
Morning, Brown.
Yeah, make it fast, brother. 'Cause I only got a couple of minutes with Dr. Sosa. He's got to leave, but please ask your question.
I just want to thank the doctor for give the tips to the Belizean people.
Thank you.
But moreover, I just want to put in an input with the motor skills to the children, no? It has a lot to do with society, especially the government, because here on Western Avenue, for years we've been suffering. Yes, they came and graded the street that wasn't need to be done. The children have been in-house. They cannot exercise their motor skills because the amount of dust is tremendous. They cannot even breathe properly. Some of our kids are allergic to certain sickness, and the quality of life is not here on Western Avenue. And
I see what you mean, brother. I passed there the other day and it was so dusty. I mean, think that was fog over Western. Yeah, a lot of dust on the street there.
And that's a part of why maybe they contribute to the children not excelling in their motor skill, because they have to stay locked up too.
Oh, I see. Yes. All right, good point, my brother.
I am begging the city council to please at least send a water truck to wet the street. Come and replace back the speed bumps. It's not easy.
Yeah, I see the speed bump there. All of them look like they deteriorate too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, brother. Good call.
Thanks very much.
Yes, sir. Doc, I know you got to go, so I'll give you your last words.
So just to make that into a bigger picture for this gentleman, we have a severe lack of adequate playgrounds for kids in this country, right? I said adequate, not even good.
Yeah.
We have a severe lack of adequate playgrounds.
Indeed.
At one place you could start, and then try, but at one place you could start to really put some investment in, no? For the general population. Nuri, again, I thank you. I always enjoy my time here.
Yes, sir.
I just wish that we had many more professionals to give the care in certain areas that the population needs.
Yeah.
We do need, I think, as a country and as a government, to invest in people, right, from the bottom up, because you not only need doctors who are well trained, you need special nurses, you need special psychologists, you need...
Doctor, can I interrupt you, because you and I have talked offline in me trying to get medical people. I have tried to get people to come here just like you, and I honor you and respect you in front of your face and behind your back, Dr. Sosa, because from the time I've been asking you, it's gonna be over 5 years now, you have never prevented your time, and you're always busy, but you take time. So I'd like to say to your colleagues out there, I have tried to talk, and I'm not going to mention names, to get you to come and talk about cardiology. I've tried to get you to come and talk about dialysis and people who have renal failure. I've tried to get you several psychologists to come here and let us talk about some of what we're seeing on the streets. Why is it that you have this problem of giving an hour of your time to come and educate people the way this, that? And I don't need to put you on the spot, but I'm saying there's a public interest when we don't know. We might be doing things now that's causing our heart to be problem. Some of you got expertise in a stroke. Man, please, when CREM sends you an invitation to come here and to educate our people on these vital things that they need to hear, please accept the invitation. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, Nuri,
for accepting.
And have a good Ramadan, and
inshallah, we look forward.
Stay inside so you don't get too much thirst, no?
Yes, sir.
And you don't get too hungry.
All right.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, at least 15 hours.
A long time.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you, and thank you all.
I thank you, Doc. All right, we'll take our last break and we'll be back.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. Love your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild. One high bush like jungle. I want to take my lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in. I made a teenager. Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
Very this that for we, and we proud of this.
Now we're claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
I am extremely happy to see that the work has started. We might be talking here about regaining some land. The most important part for us right now is how can we continue to protect the people that are here.
We're setting up these rock wall placed by machines to trap sand deposits. We will do some dredging at the river mouth that will enhance the sand movement, and nature on its own will take the sand to the rock walls, trap them, and accelerate beach recreation. Within the first month, you'll see results. Within 3 months, you'll see good progress. And after 6 months, you will really see some nice recuperation.
Monk River is really the forgotten village. It's been years and years I've been fighting for some help with the erosion, and nothing has been done. I was asking to save what we have now than lose everything, because it come to a point that we believe that everything was going in another few years, everything would be gone.
This village really needs a cemetery because I don't know that when I go in, and to me, I expect for burying at this burying ground. I have my grandfather. I have my grandfather on both sides. Ma and pa, right here.
Many of the tombs, they are in the middle of the water now. Imagine if it was you or I who would have to go and visit our parents or any family member, but the reality is that they are swimming now in the ocean.
At least government and Mr. Martinez showed up for us. 9 months, I have to say.
This is a real testament of what loss and damage is. We have so many areas like River across Belize, all the way from Corozal to Barranco down south, whereby erosion has become such a serious problem and a threat to the livelihoods of people.
thank you for being with us today. Tomorrow, God willing, we'll be here again. We have our guests lined out. In fact, we have 3 guests tomorrow. It will be packed house. We hope that you will be with us and share in this educational session every weekday morning here in Belize. We want to thank Larry Guerrero downstairs in simulcast. Upstairs we had the one and only Christy Flowers and of course Mr. Clifton Lewis. Belizeans, stand strong and stand firm and do the right thing under all circumstances. But now, Assalamu alaikum.
Pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. Trouble your bed. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion, not place. No calling. Be yourself, see yourself. This is